Dear graduates, make today your day and celebrate endings for they precede new beginnings. Today, we stand on the threshold of a remarkable moment filled with pride, accomplishment, and endless possibilities. On this note, let's commence the graduation ceremony. I request the dignitaries on the dais to present the graduates with their certificates. Honoring the topper of the batch, I'm delighted to call upon Dr. Rahna Razak onto the dais to receive her award as the best outgoing student of the academic year 22-23. I request the dignitaries on the dais to present the award. Dr. Kausalya P. Dr. Gunavardhini P.R. Dr. Harishankar S. Dr. Jashwant R. Dr. Janila N.J. Dr. Kaushika G. Dr. Kavya Vashini L. Dr. Kritika K. Dr. Kausalya N. Dr. Krishnakant S, Dr. Madhulika M, Dr. Manju Preeti M, Dr. Marutam G, Dr. Meenakshi R, Dr. Miduna Anup, Dr. Mitra Krishnavardhini S, Dr. Niveta R, Dr. Paramesh Kannan K, Dr. Pramila B, Dr. Preeti A, Dr. Preeti M, Dr. Priya SS, Dr. Rahul D, Dr. Rajalakshmi B, Dr. Ramya U, Dr. Rebecca Jacinth Rajaman, Dr. Ridanya M, Dr. Sai Sundar CR, Dr. Sangavi RJ, Dr. Sangeeta A, Dr. Saranya MG, Dr. Shahrukh Musharraf M, Dr. Satyashri S, Dr. Sabina Fahim S, Dr. Shivashri Surendran, Dr. Sona Angelan A, Dr. Shrida T, Dr. Shri Janani K, Dr. Shubha N, Dr. Sujita E.K., Dr. Swati S, Dr. Shweta Kishore, Dr. Devanti P, Dr. Uttara Pratik Kumar, Dr. Visakha Varshini K, Dr. Yogesh Ramanan A, Dr. Unnamalai M.R., Dr. Adil Abdul Razak, Dr. Aishwarya B, Dr. Akila Lal, Dr. Akila Prakash, Dr. Amarnath S. Dr. Amna Abdul Afar. Dr. Amrita A.D. Dr. Anamika A. Dr. Anandalakshmi R. Dr. Annette Wilson. Dr. Anita Raj. Dr. Anjali Krishna TJ. Dr. Anu Ajit. Dr. Anupama H. Dr. Aparna A. Dr. Ashwin Jose PJ. Dr. Aslam Ashraf M. Dr. Ashwati Prabhaval Kumar. Dr. Ashwin Nagaraj. Dr. Ashwini. Dr. Aisha Hiba. Dr. Balamani N. Dr. Beulah J.S. Dr. Grisha. Dr. Devu D. Dr. Danshita C. Dr. Danya K. Dr. Erin Lakshmi K. Dr. Fatima Dilna P. Dr. Fatima Fida. Dr. Fatima Hasna A.M. Dr. Fatima Nasla. Dr. Faumya Samad. Dr. Gayatri G. Dr. Hana Asha Sebastian. Dr. Harishma P. Suti. Dr. Harishma M.S. Dr. Helvin Rijo M. Dr. Haitwa. Dr. Jasla. Dr. Jasna J. Dr. Janet Johnson P. Dr. Chinai M. Dr. Khatija N.S. Vidya P. Dr. Lakshmi P. Das. Dr. Lakshmi Raj. Dr. Libya A. Dr. Lins Benny. Dr. Lydia P. Saju. Dr. Malavika Kishore P.M. Dr. Manjima B. Dr. Meghna Mohan. Dr. Munawira Jasmine. Dr. Nida Fatima P. Dr. Ozira Damu. Dr. Pooja Ashokan. Dr. Pranaya Sudhi. Dr. Ragna Razak. Dr. Raja P. Dr. Ramya S. Dr. Salima Sharif K. Dr. Sana Nasreen K. Dr. Sayed S. Dr. Shafa Marzuka M. Dr. Sharmanas TK. Dr. Shaharban Palaki. Dr. Shana T. Dr. Shilpa Vishwanathan. Dr. Shima P.S. Dr. Shrinisha S. Dr. Smriti G. Dr. Sneha S. Dr. Srihari A. Dr. Sri Lakshmi Sudhakaran. Dr. Sri Swapna Mayandi. Dr. Subina Khan S. Dr. Sufaira S. Dr. Surya Prabha K. Dr. Suryaja S. Dr. Sutiksha K. Dr. Shweta R. Dr. Shweta VP. Dr. Uttara. Dr. Vaishnavi T.S. Dr. Laksha P. Dr. Brinda B.R. Dr. Brinda Parashivathan, Dr. Bhanumati S., Dr. Santosh Chakravarti Ji, Dr. Nandini Sokaya. Thank you, delegates.
I would like to call upon Dr. Saravanan, Professor and Head, Department of Pharmacology, to lead the graduates in taking the Hippocratic Oath. Graduates, please kindly stand up in your respective places.
Graduate of RVSDCH, I solemnly pledge that I shall abide by the principles laid down in the Code of Dental Ethics of Indian Dental Council. I consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will practice my profession with conscience, dignity, and fear of God. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets which are confided in me by the patients. I will maintain all by means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of the medical profession. I will treat my colleagues with respect, equality, and impartiality. I will not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, politics, and social standing to intervene between my duty and my patients. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life from the time of conception even under threat. I will not use my medical knowledge contrary to the laws of humanity. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you.
The pursuit of excellence is not just a goal, but a continuous journey. One significant milestone in this journey is the B++ accreditation by the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. It is a testament to an institution's commitment to quality, education, innovation, and continuous improvement. As we celebrate the NAC achievers, we recognize their dedication to excellence. First and foremost, I request Dr. Vijay VK, Principal and Head of Institution, to receive the Outstanding Achievement Award for his achievements in the past 1 year and dedicated efforts throughout the NAC journey. I kindly request our Chief Guest, Dr. Dibyendu Masumdar Sir, to please present the award to our Principal. I would like to invite our NAC Coordinator, Dr. Deepshika Saravanan Ma'am, Professor and Head, Department of Periodontics, and the Sub-Coordinators, Dr. Gauri Shankar, Department of Oral Pathology, and Dr. Anita, Department of Conservative Dentistry, to receive their awards. I kindly request the dignitaries to present the awards. along with the team members. Criteria 1 headed by Dr. Vigneshwaran sir and members Dr. Prabhu Shankar, Dr. Yashodai, Dr. Priyadarshana, Dr. F.A. sir, Dr. Vigneshwar and Dr. Manisha. Criteria 2 headed by Dr. Anand and the members Dr. Vinay Kumar, Dr. Saravanan, Dr. Murugesan, Dr. Padaniyappan, Mrs. Rajimol, Dr. Abhinaya and Dr. Sneha Suresh Kumar. Criteria 3 headed by Dr. Rajashekharan sir and members Dr. Vinu Subramaniam sir, Dr. Gauri Shankar, Dr. Arun Deepak, Dr. Vaibhava Kitna and Dr. Anusha Sridharan. Criteria 4 headed by Dr. Umesh and the members Dr. Ranjit Varghese sir, Dr. Soundra Pandian sir, Dr. Abhirami, Dr. Ramya, Dr. Alif Ahmed and Dr. Jayashree. Criteria 5 headed by Dr. Kavita, Dr. Satya Kannan, Dr. Sibi Swami and Dr. Surya. Criteria 6 headed by Dr. Deepshika Sarvanan ma'am and the members Dr. Sendil Kumar, Dr. Sakti Ganesh, Dr. Anita, Dr. Viru Saranganish, Dr. Kanimuri and Dr. Pratibha.
Criteria 7, Institutional Values and Best Practices, headed by Dr. Nagendran Jayvel. The members: Dr. Deepa S., Dr. Janani S., Dr. Pratibha PM, Dr. Pratibhan C., and Dr. Arunapriya M. Criteria 8, headed by Dr. Chandrakala S.A. The members: Dr. Lakshmi Narasimhan DKS, Dr. Kartika Devaraj, Dr. Narmada, Dr. Devi Priya E., Dr. Niveta L., and Dr. Vasha. I invite our Administrative Officer, Mr. Rajagopalan sir, to come on to the dais to receive the certificate, honoring in his unwavering sincerity and commitment towards his work. I invite our ministerial staffs, technicians and attenders to come forward to receive the certificates for their tireless contributions throughout. Ministerial staffs: Mrs. Abhirami MS, Mrs. Saudeshwari, Mrs. Jansi Rani, Ms. Preeti K, Mrs. Priyadarshini, Mrs. Kritika, Mrs. Chitra, Mrs. Manarbiri, Mr. Naveen Kumar M, Mrs. Chellamal Shanti, technicians: Mrs. Sujita, Mr. Alagarswamy, Mr. Murugan, Mrs. Abhilasha. Attenders: Mr. Ranjit Kumar, Mr. Parthiban, Mrs. Amuda S, Mrs. Amsaveni S, Mrs. Amuda S, Mrs. Amsaveni S, Mrs. Brinda, Mrs. Chitra, Mrs. Gomati, Mrs. Indrani, Mrs. Karpagam, Mrs. Kumudam S, Mrs. Malarvidi M, Mrs. Malarvidi T, Mrs. Masila Mani J, Mrs. Nagamani, Mrs. Nagaratnam, Mrs. Sasikala, and Mrs. Shabana. Thank you, dignitaries. College days, it is a journey of growth, learning, and discovery that shapes us into the individuals we are today. Our graduates at RVS Dental College are currently pursuing post-graduation at different institutions, adding laurels to their alma mater. Now, I call upon Dr. Seronia, who is currently pursuing post-graduation in Department of Orthodontics at CSI Medical College, Madurai, representing the graduating batch of year 2023, to share a few words.
Good evening to the respected dignitaries on the dais, our respected staffs, parents, conducting team, and finally the graduates who are the superstars of today's program, the adroits and the avengers. It's my honor to stand before you representing my batch, the adroits. Beginning our journey from zero, sharing our HNE pencils, peeping cluelessly into the microscopes, dozing off during afternoon lectures, celebrating blood holy for bleeding time and clotting time, breaking test tubes, surprise tests, tooth carvings, casts being thrown, dentures being broken, porosities, protecting our prosthetic instruments from our friends, and sun was way cooler than prosthetic lab, micromotor drilling sounds, aerota water splashing sounds, puzzled with drugs classification, ESI bus rides, straightening the curved wires to curve the straightened wire, crying along with pedo kids while finding if the tooth is primary or not, bossing around after extracting a grade 3 mobile tooth, arguing with complete denture wearing youngsters, spraining necks while hand scaling for a CA triple plus patient, sacrificing X-ray films inside the developer and fixer solution tubs, searching for X-ray holder in the dark room, practicing RCT in the deep caries management patients, playing hide and seek with the canals, and none of us would ever forget the word repeat. Sleepless nights during examinations, record works, completing the quotas, external examiner, examination, theory paper, practical, viva sections, etc., etc., and etc. But still, whatever difficulties we have faced and crossed, but at the end of the day, after removing a big chunk of calculus, after taking a proper IOPR, after a restoration, after extracting a tooth, after CD or RPD insertion, or after a debonding, that sense of satisfaction we get after curing that pain or while seeing a patient smile. That moment, we all would have realized it was all worth the while. Somewhere between trembling hands with a lancet to injecting local anesthesia with ease, we all became dental surgeons. This wouldn't have been possible without us staffs, as there would be no sculptures without a sculptor. A huge gratitude for those sculptors for guiding us throughout this journey. This day is a milestone in every one of our lives. There were days of hopelessly walking through these corridors to now proudly walking in the same corridors with a title, Doctor, in front of all our names. I would like to thank our college management for making such a day possible. This day is even more meaningful because we all have made our parents proud. We all may miss the non-stop talks, the long walks, late-night group studies, classroom laughter, funs with the lab attenders, Adrofest and Rovansia. But we take with us our never-ending bond. We came here as strangers, met as friends, and living as a family. I would like to conclude by saying, we did it, guys. Very all the best for everyone's future journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Seronia. With a passion for learning and a relentless pursuit of excellence, Dr. Rahna has been a consistent top performer in all the clinical years in academic and the clinical settings. I invite Dr. Rahna Razak, representing the graduating batch of 2024, to share a few words.
Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, and fellow graduates. As we stand on the brink of this momentous occasion, I am extremely honored and humbled to address the gathering on behalf of my batch. Today marks the end of years of hard work and dedication and unwavering support of those who have guided us along the journey. Our college wasn't just about academics. It was about the connections we made and the friendship we built. Whether it was frowning at cadaver in our anatomy class, to him having a special place in our heart, or bonding with a classmate during late night study session, we grew in a way we hoped to. I'll be forever indebted to the friendships I have made in this college. And I take this moment to appreciate our esteemed principal, sir, teachers, and my dear mentors. Thank you for your tireless effort in imparting us with knowledge, nurturing our growth, and instilling in us a passion for our profession. Thank you so much. But as we stand here now, adorned in our caps and gowns, we must never forget the unsung heroes of our life, our parents. To my mom and dad, thank you for sacrificing endlessly and believing in me even when I doubted myself. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. In closing, though this may be the end of a chapter, it also heralds the beginning of countless possibilities. Congratulations, romancers and adroits. Our journey in RES Dental College might have ended, but our impact on the world has just begun. Thank you.
Gratitude is not only the greatest virtue, but the parent of all others. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Vigneshwaran sir, Professor and Head Department of Oral Surgery, to deliver the vote of thanks.
In words, but in the heart which expresses it. I deem it's a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I would like to thank our chairman, Kalvi Thandai, Thiru K.V. Kuppusamy Ayya avargal, who has been really instrumental in shaping our institution, and because of his constant endeavors, we have emerged as a leading dental institution. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Dibayendu Mujumdar sir, President, Dental Council of India. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion in spite of your busy schedule. Today we had the opportunity to learn more, lot of experiences, and it is really thought-provoking, sir. I also extend my gratitude to the guest of honor, Dr. Ravindran, sir, whose guidance and moral support has helped us a lot, and our chief advisor, Dr. Badri, sir, who has been a constant source of inspiration and support. My heartfelt thanks to our principal, Dr. Vijay VK, for his commitment towards excellence. I would take this opportunity to thank the other college principals like Siddha, Homeopathy, Nursing, Pharmacy and Engineering. Needless to mention our pillars of RVS, Trustee Mr. Balachandran, sir. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank all the head of the departments, my colleagues, faculty members of all clinical and basic science departments and interns. All this wouldn't have been possible without your efforts. I also want to thank our administrative officer, Mr. Rajagopalan, sir, who was always been supportive of all our initiatives. I also want to thank the photography team, Sulu Media, for their interest in covering the event, and the food team who made this event more memorable. I also extend my sincere thanks to ministerial staffs, supporting staff and the technical team who have worked day and night to make this event a successful one. Last but not the least, this event, I would like to thank the graduation organizing team, without whose efforts this event wouldn't have been a grand success. Before ending with a quote, I like to, for the graduates, how you have made parents proud. Kindly make your teachers and our institution proud. Keep trying and all the best. Do well, and your future is in your hands. You will shine. You have that confidence. You will shine. Finally, I would like to end with an inspiring quote of Martin Luther King: "Or an individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity." Thank you.